Yo guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'll be talking about a topic that a lot of people struggle with right now, and I'm going to be ranking top 5 addiction. So right now I'm just going to go with mainly the teen side, because guess what, the main demographic right now is teenagers, because a lot of these addictions are hitting us pretty quickly. So what we're going to be doing for this is, before we start, we're going to be ranking the worst addictions, and I'm going to be telling you guys how to overcome them. So number 5, we've got gaming. So gaming, it can be in some different levels. You could probably just be like maybe the guy who just goes on a game to chill for a bit, but then has other stuff to do as well, and rightfully so, you've got to go do that stuff, which is good. You're not completely falling into that, but that's probably the first level. And then the second level is when you're starting to play that game more regularly. Third level, you're starting to crash out. So out of a normal lobby, or for example, you're playing Fortnite or Valorant, but those games just cause a lot of aggravation and crash outs, and I guess that's why they get bad reps. And honestly, bro, I'm giving them a bad rep because of that as well, because they're so addictive that it'll just give you rage boosts. And not like Gohan type rage boosts, which make you 10 times stronger. It's just going to make you more vulnerable at this point. It's just going to do nothing for you. So, there are levels where you can get very, very bad. You start neglecting things like hygiene, and then you even start neglecting your actual work. So that means it gets more repetitive day by day, and then you suddenly become this Discord mod type gamer. So, how to overcome this addiction? First thing, never get past level 1. Don't go past level 1. Because honestly, the moment you go past level 1 is the moment things start getting worse. So, I suggest do not go past level 1. And if you're already past level 1, then I would suggest try and detox your brain, or find some way to discipline yourself into getting off that game and actually giving your brain the push it needs, because at this point your mind is probably controlling you a lot right now. So I suggest changing up your diet and starting to exercise more, because guess what, that's automatically going to make you much more disciplined, and that means you'll translate that onto other areas of your life, for example work. So that means you'll start doing way better. So that's basically how to break out of that addiction. So number 4, we've got scrolling. So you guys are probably struggling with this right now, but what this basically is, if you guys are living under a rock, like you're a millennial or even Gen X watching this video, it's basically when a person spends way too much time scrolling on reels on their phone, and they're endless. And there is a way to actually turn it off, which is going to your history and actually pausing it. That way YouTube won't spam you with recommendations, and you won't be stuck in that doom scroll loop. So that's a go-to for you, but there are still ways in which people just bypass that completely by searching up the short and going on it, but most people don't have the attention span to do that, so they'll just give up. So I recommend doing that for yourself, because your attention span is probably already cooked anyways. So I suggest just doing that, because you probably don't have the attention span to go back in there and search it up and then wait. So that will probably help a bit. But then also, try the 1, 2, 3 method, because that'll just get you off your ass immediately, because you'll be there on your phone, and then at a moment you'll go 1, 2, 3, and then you're off your butt. Because guess what? You're just pushing yourself off whatever you're going on, and then trying to pursue something else. Because guess what? That might not be a very good way, because even if you do the 1, 2, 3 method, you'll probably just pause that. For example, you'll start putting 1/2 or 3/4 in there, so you have more time. But really, that's just going to delay getting off it. It's just not going to do anything much. So just implement that, and then get off the device, and get off the bed, or wherever you're just lying down here on. Top 3, procrastination. Because guess what? We subconsciously do that a lot. Every time I'm calling it an addiction, because we find every moment to do it. For example, getting out of bed, you procrastinate. Going to the gym, you procrastinate. Studying, you procrastinate. Even doing the things you like art, you'll probably procrastinate that. And that's usually because you're just burned out. So if you guys are actually getting procrastination because you're actually burned out, then I'd recommend maybe doing a little less effort and putting in more consistency, because it's going to help a lot more in the long run, instead of having bursts of energy at one turn, then the next day you feel dead. So I'd recommend just putting some amount of work in there, but not too much, so you can have enough energy for the next day, and then the next and the next. So that's how it should work for you. The number one way to destroy procrastination is productivity, discipline, and small step problems. Yeah, those three are very good ways, because guess what? Small step skills or small step tasks, it will basically cut them down and make sure you do them at different intervals of your day, or do them and make sure they're done by the end of the week. That's a good part, because it doesn't seem as daunting to you anymore. That way you're less likely to procrastinate. And then with productivity, find something in the day to do something. Like, for example, how I'm finding a productivity right now to record this video for you guys. And then discipline. Getting up when you don't want to get up. Doing the hard thing when you don't want to do the hard thing. That might be a source of procrastination, but it changed my life a lot, you guys. Just trust me. And it's going to change yours as well. Just ask a lot of the successful people in your lives. Like, for example, maybe even your parents. Did they slack off to get to where they are? If you guys are an immigrant family, or from an international area, like for example, you're from India, China, did your parents procrastinate? Did your parents have the time to procrastinate? No, they obviously had to ignore that, literally, and work their ass off to get to this country, and you procrastinating is actually doing them a dishonor. So, please, listen to me and stop procrastinating for the sake of your bloodline. Number 2, vapes and smoking. Right, that's a very, very, very dangerous one. If you're doing that, please, I'm urging you, get off that right now, because you're gonna get popcorn lung or lung cancer very quickly nowadays, at this rate. Because if you guys are heavily addicted to it, then what I'd recommend is actually trying to fight the urge. I know you may have these withdrawals, like an alcoholic or severe alcoholic. I know you may have these withdrawals at times, but learn to fight them. Learn to find good in those areas, and learn to distract yourself from those withdrawals, and that way you'll be fine. But usually distracting means you'll be off doing something else, and it likely could be causing you to fall into another addiction. So maybe distract yourself by looking out at the scenery, standing in the sun, or maybe going on a boat ride, or maybe even being in fresh air as well, because if you're in a car, you might struggle more with the withdrawal because you're kind of closed in more. I'd recommend going into an open space, but still being able to feel free. Like, for example, on a boat ride, you'll feel very free because it's a bit enclosed, but it's also open because you get to be standing out in the fresh air and enjoying the scenery and all of that. So I recommend you go on things like those to help you, but you might not always find it. So I just recommend standing out in the fresh air and getting some sun to help withstand that, and maybe think about something else, because the withdrawal could just stem from your mind. Just think about something else and you'll just get it over with. So, number 1, this might be the most terrifying one, and might get the video demonetized, but I'm not even able to make any money from this yet, so I'm just going to say it. Porn and OnlyFans. Those two are probably one of the most devious and most disgusting things on the planet, and if you haven't watched it right now, if you haven't done any of these addictions right now, I suggest don't go past level 1 for gaming, and don't touch any of the others. Let me just get to this straight. The porn industry and the OnlyFans industry is dark and disgusting, and if you haven't seen any people like Jack Piggott, Aiden Heaney, or Peter Dilardi, especially Jack Piggott, because I think he has probably one of the most broad understandings of porn and OnlyFans and all of these devious websites I've ever seen. My point is, it's a bloody hellhole being stuck in that situation. Because guess what? When you're in this period, you start to sexualize more than you should be. Because you're now starting to put women on a pedestal because you're seeing them on those bloody whatever the hell they are. You're viewing the most devious stuff. And I'm probably not going to talk about this too much because it's a bit out of YouTube's guidelines, and which is why this is mostly a not for kids video. Gaming and procrastination, they're more of kids addictions, but the following 3 are actually more adult. So I guess a lot of you guys struggling with this right now are either like maybe a teenager or an adult. So, if you guys are struggling with it right now, let me tell you this, it's not over for you, man. You can still change it. What I'd recommend doing is, the moment you get the urge, distract yourself. And that's for any addiction. The moment that you get the urge to do any addiction, distract yourself. For example, if you get the urge to go on the hub, a set of push-ups right now to failure, and that'll take your mind off it. And if you get an urge to do gaming, I say force yourself to go study. That's it. That's the key to basically beating an addiction. Force yourself out of it and distract yourself with good things, not other bad things. Basically feel exhilarated and then take the breath away. That's something you can do to help you get rid of these addictions. And the reason why I'm making this is because I'm probably addicted myself, because scrolling. I mean, my area, not many guys go on the top 2 addictions. They're mostly addicted to scrolling, procrastinating, and gaming. So in this area, those 3 are the most common. Let me mention this to you once more. Do not distract yourself with another addiction. Never distract yourself with another addiction. Distract yourself with a good thing, and that's the final point. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it might have been a bit longer than I expected, but I had to explain as much as I can, because I don't know how many of you guys are suffering out there from this, and I hope to instill value, and I hope to free you guys in some way. Help you free yourselves, because in the end, I can't free you. It's only you that can free you. Only I can save myself, and only you can save yourselves. So please like, subscribe, and share if you want me to give you more videos that can help you save yourself. So, I'll see you guys in the next video.